Today, I'm going to read you the story about Our Lady of Fatima, and this is a St. Joseph picture book. The angel appears to three children. In the spring of 1916, an angel appeared to three children tending sheep in a pasture in the village of Fatima, Portugal. The older girl, Lucia Santos, was 9, and her two cousins, Francisco and Jacinta Marto, were 8 and 6. The angel taught them special prayers and told them that he was the angel of peace, the guardian angel of Portugal. The angel taught them to say, "My God, I believe, I adore, I hope, and I love you. I ask forgiveness for those who do not believe, nor hope, nor love you." The angel asked them to pray for sinners and for peace, and to bear the suffering of the Lord the Lord would send them. The next year, Sunday, May 13th, 1917, the children were with their flock of sheep in a field called the Cova. They said the rosary after lunch, and then they played. They were frightened by 2 flashes of lightning out of the clear sky. A beautiful lady appears. The children saw a beautiful young woman standing over a small oak tree surrounded by a bright light. Her clothing was pure white, and a mantle edged with gold covered her head and flowed around her body. A gold cord ending in a tassel hung around her neck. Her hands were joined, and from her right arm hung a white rosary of pearly beads. With a smile of motherly tenderness, but somewhat sad, she told the children to come near, saying, "Have no fear. I will do you no harm. I come from heaven. I want you children to come here on the 13th of each month until October. Then I will tell you who I am." "Do you come from heaven? Will I go there?" asked Lucia. "Yes," replied the lady, "but you must say the rosary, and say it devoutly." After the vision, the children returned to their homes. The children tell their secret. That evening, at supper, Jacinta told her mother what had happened, but she did not believe her story. Her brothers and sisters, all home for Sunday night supper, spread the story throughout the village the next day. Relatives and friends gathered in their home, demanding to know why the children were telling such lies. Lucia's mother was angry with her when she told her secret. Within 24 hours after the children had seen the lady, the prediction she had made, "You will have much to suffer," started coming true. Only the father of Jacinta and Francisco believed the things that were happening at Fatima. He did not think that his children would lie to them. The priest said to him, "Let the children go to the cove, then bring them to me, and I'll question them one by one." When the people heard about the story, they made fun of the children. They thought that they were lying. The lady comes again. The lady's second visit happened on June 13th. The children knelt down near the oak tree and began to say the rosary. A flash of lightning came from the clear sky. Lucia cried out, "Our Lady is coming!" The lady appeared in a bright light and asked the children to say the rosary every day, and after each mystery say, "O Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fire of hell, take all souls to heaven, and especially those in most need of your mercy." Lucia asked the lady if she could take the children to heaven. She said, "Francisco and Jacinta soon, but you must remain on earth and spread the devotion to my Immaculate Heart." On July 13th, 5,000 people were present when the children came to the cova with their flocks. The lady appeared for the third time. The Virgin Mary foretold the Second World War and the coming of communism. She asked for the consecration of Russia to her Immaculate Heart. The promise of a miracle. On August 13th, the mayor of the town came in his carriage and took the children away, as they were leaving for the cova. After asking them many questions, he put them in jail. He tried to make them change their story. Since they would not do it, they were released from jail. Although the children were not at the cova, over 15,000 people were on hand and said the rosary. At noon, there was a flash of lightning and a clap of thunder. Then a glowing cloud settled over the little tree where the lady usually appeared. On September 13th, more than 30,000 people gathered at the cova. The lady appeared again and asked the children to pray for peace. Lucia asked for a miracle that would prove what the children had seen. The lady promised a miracle would happen on October 13th. During the vision, the whole crowd saw a shower of white petals fall from the sky, only to melt a few inches from the ground. The Lady of the Rosary. On the morning of October 13th, when the children arrived at the cova, 70,000 people filled the field, hoping to see the lady, but they never did. Rain began to fall heavily. At noon, the three children knelt down in the mud to pray the rosary. A sharp flash of lightning stilled the great crowd. A dim cloud rested on the oak tree. The beautiful lady appeared in radiant brightness. Lucia asked the question, "Who are you and what do you want?" The lady said, "I am the Lady of the Rosary, and I have come to warn the faithful to amend their lives and ask pardon for their sins. People must not continue to offend the Lord, who is already so deeply offended. They must say the Rosary." The Virgin Mary then asked that a church be built on that spot and promised the war would end in a year if people would amend their lives. The miracle of the sun. The Virgin Mary then rose from the tree and showed her beauty and power. The children saw her first with Saint Joseph. Mary was covered with a blue mantle. Then she appeared as the Mother of Sorrows. Beside her stood Jesus in a red robe, his hand raised to bless. Finally, Mary stood alone in the sky. She wore the dress of Our Lady of Mount Carmel and held the scapular in her hand. The rain kept falling heavily. Suddenly, the clouds parted and the sun was seen shining brightly. It seemed to revolve 3 times within 10 minutes, then cast off great shafts of colored light, which fell upon the sky and earth. It seemed to be coming toward the earth. Then it stopped, and it seemed to go back into the sky. The great crowds of people were afraid. They cried out, "Forgive us our sins! Save us, O Jesus!" The people walked away slowly, their minds filled with the thoughts of God's Mother. And that is the end of part 1 of Our Lady of Fatima.